Phalo, fucking GTA, you know, like we do. Except we didn't do before because it didn't work for shit. A lot of things didn't work for shit before, did they?
No, they didn't. We tried using OBS as our go-to recording studio of choice, and it worked for a while. Seemed to be really good, and you know, it still could be very good, but for some reason it's for the last few videos it's turned into steaming pile of crap. So I don't know whether that's us or it's just that we needed to update. But strangely enough, we came across a lovely little thing.
Well, let's not say we came across it. We should say that Mina suggested it, and at the time we weren't able to do it. And then I updated my drivers, and my drivers were like, "Oh, we're better now, so you can totally use this option." So we're actually recording using the new service from NVIDIA called ShadowPlay, which is built into their GeForce Experience drivers, and seems to work great.
It does, and I think there's an advantage of using the using recording for the actual on the actual card itself. I mean, it doesn't interfere with the game whatsoever. I don't think so far. It's done some extremely surprising results on Ark.
Yep. Which is
one thing.
Just the most poorly optimized game we've ever played.
Yeah.
But that's, you know, it's alpha, so we expect that.
And for some reason, the ShadowPlay doesn't care. It's like, oh, okay, I'll just record what you're doing right now. It doesn't seem to take up a lot of visual memory. But I suppose that's again because it's within the architecture of the card itself, not natural standalone.
Yeah, my assumption would be since it's already rendering this information anyway, it just takes that and captures that data. I mean, the graphics card was already doing this work, it just wasn't saving it for posterity's sake. So what it's allowed us to do is, as you can see, number one, we can play games that we couldn't play before. Number two, we can play in full 1080p at 60 frames a second, assuming the games will allow our systems to do that. Ark, you're still a son of a bitch. But moreover, it's going to fix a lot of the problems. So this episode is going to go up before a lot of other episodes that were recorded prior to us experiencing this wonderful thing known as ShadowPlay, regardless of how well you might find the quality of the video compared to, say, professionals. For us, it's a huge step up. You will notice in some of those other videos as I roll my car around that we had a lot of problems. OBS really started to chug no matter what game we were playing. You can see the early recordings of Payday 2 working fine.
Yeah.
They were great. 60 frames a second, 720p, which we don't have to do 720p anymore. But they didn't... Just look at Framing Frame. Look at Framing Frame. You'll see it. I saw it. I edited it. I know. It stuttered all the fucking time. Half the time Toby's footage was just a frozen screen. To be fair, Tensards was his own doing because he saved to the wrong kind of format, so I had to record my screen running his video, and that turned out to look all washed out and weird. So there were problems, if we're honest. The only other thing that's changed is, of course, my audio equipment has changed because the headset that I was using literally disintegrated.
Came apart in, what, 3 sections? 4 sections?
Yeah, I was playing... What were we playing when it fell apart? Shit, I think we were playing Ark. Yeah, we were playing Ark, and I noticed that the microphone on my left was dangling. And I tried to put the earpiece back in because it had been taped together for about a year. And then it just fell apart again, so I cut the tape open to find that the piece that had broken once had actually broken into 5 separate pieces.
Yeah.
So that microphone's dead.
Yeah, similar situation to my headphones, really, because the headphones that I was using up until about 2 weeks ago, they were in 3 or 4 pieces, and I was using tape just to keep them together. And by the end of it all, if I held my old headphones up, they just weren't bending correctly. It was kind of doing some sort of odd splits-like thing. It was just malformed.
Yeah. Also,
we're still using these.
This will, I think, be the first recording that they'll see with your new stand for your pad as well, which has helped reduce a lot of that extra background noise.
Well, I've had it for a while, but yeah,
you gotta remember when this is coming out.
Oh yeah. This may very well be the next video. It's helping a lot. Before it was just having a lot of clatter with the keyboard because I had to keep my iPad behind the keyboard. It was the only place I could keep it. So I went online, see if I could find any options to basically prop the iPad up, and I've now got a gooseneck kind of clamp, which just affixes the iPad up in the air, and I can point the microphone to my face, rather than just having it just record. Oh dear! Oh.
Got him.
Yeah. So hopefully, yeah, we've got way more clarity in my voice. Certainly a lot better than my old headset. Yeah. Don't hit the. Oh.
It seems that explosives are illegal in LA. Hi.
What?
Got him.
Oh. I was wondering what you were talking about. When did you pull that on him?
Threw it over his head. Bye, buddy. So, this was just a quick update to let everybody know what's going down, and that, you know, when you see the quality of the next few videos, sorry. We did not know at the time of recording that things were going quite that pear-shaped. That was British of me.
Yeah, pear-shaped is a very British thing.
But, you know, it's all fixed now. Everything's going great. Assuming this recording works, actually, it's possible that this will end up in our failed pile, which I have, like, 100 gigs of that shit on my fucking external. If not, then we'll be able to play games like GTA, and we can decide what we want to play in there. Probably some heists and some shit. You'll notice that we have a lot more guests showing up. I call them guests, but I mean, fuck them, friends showing up in the videos as we go. We've got, what do we got coming up? We got Mina, we got Tensar, there's in a few more.
Got Zalman.
Zalman's coming in.
You already know about Eric.
Yeah, he's actually here in Texas for the next month, so he won't be in the videos per se, but he'll be back. He'll be back and dynoing it up as soon as he's back at work and miserable again.
Trees.
And then I'm doing an adventure series kind of thing where I play an adventure game with Elle. This, again, Shadowplay enabled us to both simultaneously stream the video and then record at the same time, which also opens up possibilities for Toby and I to play single-player games.
Mm-hmm.
And just commentate and talk while we do.
Which would be nice. I mean, the problem that we've had with selecting games is that we've got such a limited amount of games that we can actually choose from, because we've had suggestions. I've had plenty of suggestions of what games we should play, but a lot of them are just simply co-op games that really they're not
we don't give a fuck
fun.
about them.
Yeah, one, we don't give a fuck about them, and two, there's no way we can do loads of like shenanigans in this, like simple shooter, like Halo-esque shooters, and it's like, well, everybody's seen those. Everybody knows what, you can't really do anything to fuck the other up. So...
Well, I don't know why this has turned into a competitive co-op experience. But,
yeah.
The point being, the whole idea behind FailUp is simply to capture the experience of playing a game with your friends, which is exactly what we're doing. If we're honest, we're just recording the game sessions that we would have anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, given that it's mostly just so that in 3 years' time we can look back and go, oh yeah, remember we had fun playing GTA? It's on video. But only produced, because we're not lazy fucks. But you don't want to then try and force a game that you wouldn't normally play in that scenario. Like, I'm going to say up front, I don't give a fuck about a lot of those little indie games. I don't. I just don't. I look at them and I go, wow, that's ugly, and I'll never play it. And it's not. I'm not like a graphical snob. I mean, look at my machine; it can barely run half the shit. I just can't get invested in those games, and I don't find them entertaining. I just get bored and switch off pretty much immediately.
I mean, it's very. It may be very likely that I could be playing some of the indie games with somebody else, much like how you're doing.
I
some
would
adventure
say
games
if you've
without.
got an indie bro that will play those games with you, for fuck's sake, please. Anything to save me from having to play those games.
So I don't drag you into it. Okay.
I don't want more Dark Souls 2. I fucking hate that game. Yeah, and because I hate the game so passionately, it's not a fun experience. I really do hate that game fundamentally. I hate it. I can't take anything.
Well,
about it sometimes.
nobody can say now that you haven't given it a good college try.
Yeah, we're gonna get Zalman and Tensard to help with that because I honestly just don't. I can't be bothered to give a fuck. I just can't. So we'll get through that. We'll play more of that. It's not gonna get like canned or anything, despite what I may or may not have said in certain episodes as time goes
Not
on.
yet, anyway.
Ark, we've done a whole lot of progress on. That's kind of become a big thing. Payday 2 we'll be able to get back into a lot more now. But if you have any suggestions, by all means, you know.
Yeah, put them in the comments.
I mean, granted, you're all our friends anyway, so you probably have already suggested, but yeah.
Yeah.
See, we know what we're doing. We'll also be able to play games like I really want to play Metal Gear Solid 5. I think that would be a great one.
You'd have to start that from the beginning, though, wouldn't you?
Why? Oh, you know what? No. Right now, I'll lay out Metal Gear Solid 5 for you from the beginning. It starts out, you flop around like a fish, like a bitch for an hour and a half. You don't really do anything. There's a weird fire guy. You don't know who he is. You don't care. There's a Psycho Mantis child that floats around. It's weird. I don't give a shit because that goes on for about half an hour too long. You talk to yourself using weird Moby Dick references because one of you is called Ahab, one of you's I don't remember. And then get out of the hospital, you go to Afghanistan, you fuck up the Russians for a while. Ocelot's your friend, also some other guy who's lost his leg and his arm. I think he was in Metal Gear Solid 3, I can't remember. You fuck up Afghanistan for a while, none of it really matters. You meet a lady that is a sniper and wears nothing but a thong at all times and breathes through her skin and does weird things, and Kojima says that it's not meant to be a sexualized thing, it's meant to be a statement against sexualized women in video games. Meanwhile, every single camera angle has you ogling her breasts. And then you go to Africa, and that's where I'm at.
Wait, what? I zoned out for a minute. What?
Stop thinking about it, bro. Oh, I did skip a part. You meet a Skullface man, and he's the bad guy. He's evil, and he has Metal Gear, and you want to stop him and catch him in his Metal Gear. He's also the guy that blew up your base in Ground Zeroes, which was that 2-hour demo for Metal Gear Solid 5. The story in the game honestly sucks so far.
I'll be honest, you lost me at lay out the plot.
Yeah, that's kind of how Metal Gear Solid goes, though, if you think about it. I mean, fuck it. The point is, the game, gameplay-wise, is what's good about that game. The gameplay in that game is so good. And you don't need to fucking see the starting bits. Just trust me. It's a fun game, and there's nothing to understand, because fuck knows I don't understand it, and I played the shit out of Metal Gear Solid 3 and 2. And the remake on the GameCube, which was absolute ass.
I didn't find it too bad.
Watch as Solid Snake flips through minigun bullets. Yeah, no, that game was awful. Fuck that game.
They kind of tried to sex it up a little too much, didn't they? Tried to put it on the GameCube.
I think there was a point where you actually twirl through helicopter blades. It was the dumbest fucking game I have ever seen in my life.
Was that the Hind D scene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how Devil May Cry gets away with that shit because you're supposed to be like this demon dude?
Yeah, it's meant to be. It's meant to be silly. It's meant to be kind of tongue.
Yeah, and Metal Gear wanted to kind of be that, and then just sucked. Also, nanites, because I'm sure it was nanites.
I mean, considering what you just explained for Metal Gear 5, I think they actually now on that kind of wavelength.
What? Just because there's a man made out of fire and a child that floats around?
Yeah.
And there's a skull-face guy who has a big metal robot man?
Yeah.
And a naked sniper that breathes through her skin?
Yeah.
That isn't at all a sexualized woman? Even though there's actually a scene where you shower with her, and all of the men gather around and watch you shower with her.
It just boggles the mind. You know, you see so many articles on it now. You see so many articles on how women are portrayed in games, and and it does make perfect sense. Considering that games are for everybody. It's
Oh!
like,
Oh!
jeez, oh,
We're getting dangerously
Okay.
close to like having a point here, and I'm worried.
yeah. Ooh, we're going to have some commentary. Ooh.
Yeah,
but no, it's
controversy.
controversy.
Caleb thinks that women are treated shitty in games. Wow.
Yeah, well, big
That-
news.
All 12 of them.
Oh yeah, that's the few of the, that's a big thing. I mean, we don't get enough Jades from Beyond Good and Evil. We don't get enough. Who else?
God, I was really worried you're going to say Jade Scorpion from Dying Light.
Jade.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that was an awesome heroine. Who else? Again, it's like if I can only name one, it's like that's the thing. It's stupid.
Elena, am I right?
Oh,
Oh, Snapple.
shit.
She's
You
awesome.
went there.
Fuck you.
WWE wrestler.
If she does have
Yeah.
the greatest people's elbow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dwayne.
Yeah. I'm gonna wrap my brain over this one now. It's stupid. Oh, of course, like the new Lara Croft. I mean, that was actually a positive direction. Yeah.
Yeah, you've been playing a lot of that game recently. I would say Ellie from The Last of Us was fantastic.
Yep.
Which, if you haven't played The Last of Us, fuck you, go play it right now, turn this video off, never watch another one of our videos again until you play The Last of Us.
I mean, what happens if you're actually recording the video?
You've never played The Last of Us?
No, I don't have a PlayStation 3.
I bought a PlayStation 3 for that game.
Yeah.
Well, not
See-
really for that game. That just ended up being the only game worth a shit on the PlayStation 3. Oh, I gotta stop running people over.
Yeah.
On the PlayStation 3 that was actually any good. Like, I tried the Uncharted series. Fuck those
Mm.
games. They are awful.
Nice flip.
I tried, Oop, I'm gonna jump in this jet. I tried, what was the other game I tried? I got more than one game. That's how forgettable they are. Don't remember what they were.
Yeah. The thing is, I really want a PlayStation 4, but yeah, to just play those games, but money.
Oh,
I am
fair
still
point.
poor. I am still poor. I need to be rich. If anybody's a rich millionaire and loves our stuff, please donate to a couple of million.
We don't know any millionaires, dude.
No.
I might be the richest person that we know, and I'm poor.
Now, all we get is virtual luxury jets.
Yeah,
I
that
want
I
to
stole.
explore the back of right
I had
now,
to
but-
steal these too. I mean, anyway, we turned a quick update into a rambling nonsense thing, which
Yeah.
means we failed at commentary.
Yep.
Keeping with the theme.
Well, the thing is, this was a nice test. We're hoping that we can actually use this video. Now, hoping Shadowplay is actually forgiving on GTA 5. I mean, I've not had any lag ups with it on, so it's not affecting the actual game. So that's a plus. But yeah, it's nice to have an update. You know,
Yeah, every once in a while.
It's nice to
I
do
mean, we
something.
need more just kind of talky stuff for the people that just like hearing us babble, which might be
Mm.
just me.
Oh, and we probably it'd be nice to do some sort of like highlights reel, because you know people on the
You
go.
say that, I'm not editing that shit.
I might if I get myself some editing software, I shall do that for you.
Okay, if you're doing that, then that's fine. You can do all that shit you want. I'm not fucking doing that. That's like work. There's one thing I wanted to say, and now I can't remember what it was because you started talking about making me do more fucking work.
Eh.
What was I gonna say?
Don't concentrate on it too hard. I seem to notice that we are flying straight up. Oh god, I'm stalling.
Are you flying?
I'm flying now.
Oh, you can do it. You can do it, Toby. I see you controlling it. I see you saving it.
No! Oh god!
You didn't do it. So, you know, more to come. Oh, we need to do more Ark, is what I was going to say. We need to do a nice update video for Ark because we've gotten so far away from everything. We might do that as well. But I think TTFN for now.
Yeah, TTFN.
I'm going to end it on killing Toby because that's how I roll.